Hey guys, welcome to the Thought Shit Podcast. My name's Carson.
And I'm Kiara.
And on this podcast, we talk about our favorite fictional men, crazy life traumas and stories. And we tell you guys life advice that you probably don't want to hear, but you need to. Okay, so I'm going to open my Coke because I got it from DoorDash.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
That was crisp.
That was so crisp. But today has actually been a horrible day. And let's just talk about it for a second.
And it's funny because this was not planned into the podcast. Today, the universe did not want this to happen, but too bad, so sad. Too bad, so sad. Carson, see, the universe...
I just spilled on myself. So anyways, I'm
everyone's sabotaging her.
No, but today's our first episode, obviously. Season 1, episode 1. We've never filmed a podcast before. The amount of shit we bought that was incorrect. The amount of times we've been to Best Buy today, twice. Target once, and I'm tired, but I'm excited.
I am too. Even though today started off as a sick joke, starting off with we needed a 3-camera setup. My dad let me borrow his Canon whatever. Mm-hmm. And he tells me that everything's good to go, the charger's in there. I picked up that camera in San Diego. I am in LA currently. There's no charger. I call him. I was like, why isn't the charger in there? Oh, should be in there. Okay, hell, we go to Best Buy for a charger. They don't have it. We get a micro USB. We come in and try to charge the camera. Then what?
Yeah.
It just won't turn on.
Exactly.
Then we buy the wrong USB adapter. It just kept going and going. Carson just spilled.
I just spilled Coke on my white shirt. It's fine.
A white shirt.
I actually don't really care anymore because we're sitting and we're recording, and let's just do the damn thing. And let's move on, because the lead up has been excruciating.
I know.
But we got really good food before, so I'm in a little bit of a better mood.
Impossible shop.
But anyways, so today's episode, our first episode, we wanted to kick it off with something problematic, but in like a funny way that's also acceptable. So we're doing a story time. And our story time is going to be titled My Psycho Ex, and we were in a car chase. So it's 2 stories. First one is going to be thrown to Miss Kiara over here. She's the star of the show. The second one, I have more of a cameo, and I'm the driver of said car in the car chase. Every story times we do moving forward are going to be a little 2 parts, 2 stories in one. Before we start our story, obviously, we're not lying. We're telling you the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
I know. And nothing but the truth. And everything we say, not everything, a lot of it is going to be like, did that really happen? Yes, it did. So if you're watching us on YouTube, receipts will be popping up on screen throughout.
Exactly.
And we made a little oath.
Yeah.
So
lucky for this podcast, I haven't deleted anything off my phone since like 2012. So also, you are welcome.
Yeah.
Now to the oath.
Okay, grab the Bible, please. The Bible. A Court of Thorns and Roses.
If you know, you know.
So I'm gonna be doing it to Kiara because you're telling the story basically. So hand on the book, please. Left, I think.
I was just gonna say, is it my right or my left?
I think it's the left. I don't know. Repeat after me. From the power invested in me and the piping hot tea.
From the power invested in me and the piping hot tea.
I swear I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I swear I'm telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And if you don't believe us, we always have the receipts.
And if you don't believe us, we always have the receipts.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's go. So, circa September 27th, 2021. I really do have every single timestamp and date. So, this day, Carson, your mom and dad, so you're from Seattle.
Yes.
They were coming in from out of town.
Yeah. So, okay, a little prior, 10-second backstory.
Yeah.
Kiara and I have been friends for like 6, almost 7 years. We met in college, orientation week. I've known this bitch for a minute. Anyways.
8 years?
I am from Washington State. I moved down to California for school, and that's where we're located. Yeah.
Exactly. There we go. But so I was going to hang out with Carson, her mom, and her dad because they were visiting from out of town and they were at a resort. So they were like, come over, we're going to hang out on the beach, have a little bonfire situation, have some fun. So I had dinner with you guys. Your dad eventually left because he didn't want to gossip with the ladies. He didn't give a damn.
It's like, I gotta go.
So he leaves and we had our server, like what would you even call him?
He was our waiter. He was
our
server.
fire pit attendant.
Oh yes,
there we
the
go.
restaurant wasn't really a restaurant. It was a fire pit where like we had a waiter who would bring us our food like by a bonfire on the beach. It was a vibe.
Yeah, it was bougie.
So he was waiting after us hand and foot. The entire time.
Legitimately. So I peeped this guy. I was immediately like, oh yeah, cute. He was golden, glistening. He had the curly mullet going on. Yeah. What was happening? All three of us, me, Carson, and her mom, were like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Like, he's so respectful. Your mom was so nosy. It was so fun asking him all his business. But so we were picking up a good vibe from this guy. I thought he was so cute. And the whole time I was like, I should hit on him. But I did not have that confidence. But Carson and her mom egging me on. I ended up hitting on him by writing my my phone number, Instagram on a piece of
it was like a paper plate.
It was a paper plate.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if you're single or interested, but here's my IG, my phone number, whatever. I handed it to him under a $5 bill as a tip. He ends up texting me that night, which I wasn't expecting because I don't know, he was giving off an energy that he was older than me. I was 21 at the time. I felt like he was 23. He was mature. We all felt the same way.
Sorry.
No, I...
Keep going.
Oh, man. I know in hindsight, that is hilarious. No, surprise. Mans is 19.
Well, okay. And we found out he was 19 because he texted you back. And it was just me and you in the car at that point. Like, driving back to campus. And I was like...
waiting for him to text because I didn't know if he was going to. And when he does text... I text him back something about his age. He responds, I'm 19. Hello? Yeah. Like, when I told you that, also screenshot, so funny. Carson really says the fact that he's 19 makes me feel a bit sick. Hell.
That's so young.
There was teen in his age. I was so thrown off because, dude, we thought he was older than me.
I thought he was going to be like 25.
Yeah, no, seriously. And nickname for him, by the way, is BB. For bitch boy, just in advance. So BB, we end up, because at that time in my life, I had recently gotten out of a relationship. I think, because if this was September of 2021, I had been broken up with my ex since like July, August of 21. So how many months before is that? Oh my gosh, she like failed math. So
yeah, I did. I'm dyslexic, so thank you.
Yeah, my bad. Does that have anything to do with numbers?
A month or two. 2 or
Maybe 3. We'll say 3 or 4. Someone give me the math. But so it was just like casual at first. I honestly wasn't fully digging his personality. It was giving brick wall. Yeah. But in my experience, it takes guys like a minute to open up personality-wise, so I was kind of like, whatever. But I wasn't seeing this as anything serious at first. I just got out of my first relationship. Mm-hmm. So, whatever. And on top of that, this is going to be an issue that ran through our whole relationship, is that I was his first everything, but I had experience prior to him. So let's just remember that. Red flag number 1 and mistake on my end number 1.
Red flag number 1 is that he was 19. Red flag number 2 is that he didn't have any experience. Continue.
Help. No, I literally asked him. I was like, sorry if I'm like pressuring you. Like, this is over text. Like, sorry if I'm pressuring you to tell me stuff, but like, I have a feeling I'm more experienced, and I've never talked to a guy who was younger than me. They had always been older. And I told him, so I was curious if you've dated, like, hooked up with people, whatever. He said, I've had no dating experience, to be honest. Not even a date. Help me, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Which also says something.
Yeah.
But anyways, sorry. 19 is still young. Like, people might not start dating when they're 19, but it's like, I don't know.
I'm just a silly little goose because I should have known at 21, like how I was at 19. A child.
Yeah.
Kiara. God help us. But so that I meet him like late September of 2021. And then we eventually do become exclusive and dating. Well, we were officially boyfriend and girlfriend mid-December of 2021. But before that, what I want to mention is knowing I was his first and only everything, I could already foresee an issue of him wanting another experience with another girl later, because that would be understandable. You're saying I'm your first date, first kiss, first everything. You're only 19. You haven't traveled. Like, that makes sense. You would want more experience than that. But going into this, I told him straight up, I was like, go hook up with someone, go kiss someone, just go on a date with someone before I start catching feelings, before we're in something serious, and then you backtrack and decide you want more. But he was very
adamant.
Yes, thank you for that. Where I was like, what is the word? Help me. You could see the look on my face. No, he was extremely adamant that he just wanted me, only wanted to be with me. He's a one woman type of guy, whatever. So we start dating in December, okay? Fast forward to April, 4 months later. What did I predict correctly? He wanted another experience. And I listened to him because I understood the reasoning. However, he was coming at it from he said, oh, because we ended up being more serious than I anticipated. Like, he wasn't anticipating us or like wanting to marry me, basically,
right?
Type shit. And so his reasoning was, because of that, because I know you're going to be my wife, because I know you're going to be the one I'm with for the rest of my life, I want to have an experience before that. And so that ripped me a new one, like confidence wise, mentally. Like, it sucked because I saw that coming.
Yeah. And
he didn't want to hook up with a girl before, but now that I'm in love with you, now you want to do this? So I tried to be open. His suggestion was a threesome. That is personally something I would I don't need that. That's just me though. You do you, boo. Just not with me. I tried to be open to it, and then I backed out because I was like,
I mean, that is a lot to ask of someone. For sure.
It was 4 months into the relationship.
Yeah, that really into the relationship. That's a lot to ask.
And also, mind you guys, so at the time, because I've grown up overweight, I've been overweight my whole life. I was 240 pounds. My ex, BB, he was a gym rat. And so I was also very insecure just about myself. My confidence is not where it is now. After just not just losing weight, that's not the only point, but I've been through a lot now where my confidence is better than it was before. So I was just not in a good mental state to hear that my man wanted another girl, women, multiple help. Because he felt like I owed him an experience. Literally that verbiage he would tell me. So at first, when I was down to attempt a threesome, he was so sweet with me. Like, I appreciate you so much for doing this, da-da-da-da-da. As soon as I backed out, he was like, you tricked me into this relationship. Which I was like, no.
Trick.
Who's
tricking who?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly, that I tricked him. And I even told him, I was like, I didn't know how I was gonna feel about the situation until we got to it. Once it got too real where we were gonna meet a girl, I was like, oh no. I was like, I pooped and I disappeared.
But that's
I can't.
Okay though, that's the thing.
A bitch tried. Come on now.
When you didn't have to. And also, if I changed my mind, I changed my mind.
Yeah,
no.
Exactly. And so after the backtrack, that's when it switched a little bit. So now he was no longer grateful for me doing this for him or trying to do it for him. I became a low value woman and he was a high value man. Pardon me. I mean,
quote, low value woman.
No, I quote verbatim, you're a low value woman and I'm a high value man because I waited to have sex and X, Y, and Z. You didn't. And this is the gag though. This is the gag. It's not that he waited. It's literally that nobody wanted him yet. So what had happened was He also grew up overweight. So that was something we had in common. Both of our families have had weight loss surgery. Like, our parents both have, sisters, like, all that. Like, it's crazy. And so at some point in COVID, he was supposed to be in his freshman year of college, but he didn't want to do it because it was remote. He just wanted to physically be on campus. So when that happened, he was just home all the time. He finally lost the weight, became more confident, like, lost it naturally, whatever. Like, he had a big glow up. That's when I met him. So prior to that, women weren't taking him seriously, unfortunately. They saw him as, like, a friend. He was like that. Yeah. You know, there's always, like, that one guy.
He's like, oh, he's so sweet.
Yes, but they'd never get with him. That's who he was until we ran into him. And so keep in mind, he is also deeply insecure because of that. Mm-hmm. So, like, he has his own insecurities. And so the fact that I had been with people before him did not bode right at all. So the biggest issue throughout our relationship was why I mentioned this prior is that he had it's called retroactive jealousy. Like, you are obsessed with your partner's past. We would be having an amazing, beautiful day at the beach, eating, whatever. All of a sudden he'd be like, oh, so how many guys did you sleep with? Yeah, oh, and when? And, like, what was the timeline? Like, he would want to know all the details and then get mad. Don't ask things you can't handle the answer to. But like, why do you want the details of people I was with before I knew you? I didn't know you yet.
People you were with when he was underage.
No, that's the... Like, did you want me to be Drake in this bitch?
No.
Cody Co? Help. Like, literally, when I was 19, he was 17. Baby boy, that wasn't happening. No. He didn't go through puberty until he was, like, 17, and then again until he was 19.
I just don't understand that whole concept. How are you going to be upset that I dated a guy or I slept with a guy or whatever before I knew you existed? That's crazy to me.
He wanted me to know the future. Like, how dare I? How dare I? But so with the threesome and everything, like, he tried to, at the beginning, tried to push it like, I only want to do it if it's with you. Like, he literally said, I love exploring with you, not with myself, with you. Then later, when I didn't want to do it, he would be like, okay, let me just go off with a girl then and just get it over with. Yeah. And I'm like, so it has nothing to do with me. You're just trying to get it wet. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But so then, come May of 2022, that's when we both graduated college, right?
May?
Yeah, May of 2022. That's when we became IG official. Because I had he met my whole family at graduation. They were obsessed.
I didn't know that.
Yes, he met, and my aunts couldn't stop talking about, oh my God, he's so cute. Da 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 da. They were like, oh my gosh, he looks Samoan. I was like, okay, Jody, that's weird.
Okay, Pacific Islander.
No, literally, my Aunt Jody, mind you, her husband is white Mexican, and she's over here like Samoan.
Yeah.
I never knew it. I never knew that. That was so funny. But no, so he meets my whole family. We're official May of 2022. That's when I start posting him on my Instagram stories, like, regularly. And then, let me see in the timeline. I'm so sorry. I mentioned the retroactive jealousy.
I'm like, I love the coined term.
No,
the research.
No, it was bad. He would constantly bring up my past. And I was like, what do you want me to do about it now? Like, you have to get over it. And in his mind, the only way he could get over it is if he could go out and get the experience and match my body count. And I was like, what? I didn't know you, though. So imagine if he knew me now, like, the roles were reversed, and let's say his body count was 5. Mm-hmm. So you'd be okay with me going out and sleeping with 5 men? Yeah. Like, we're already together. We already love each other.
Yeah.
I did X, Y, and Z before I met you. But he wanted to do that while he knew me. Mm-hmm. And I was, in hindsight, it's so crazy to believe, like, I put up with this stuff. But I was insecure. That was my second relationship. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So then, this is what's crazy on my end. So November of 2022, the threesome thing got brought up again. He name dropped 3 girls that could be a potential third in a threesome.
Yes.
All these girls were girls who he had crushes on all throughout middle school and high school. How do I know this? You should see this man's DMs. When I say he was getting dodged for like 10 years. These
Poor
girls.
guy. Not really, but
No,
sorry, never mind. Take it back. Keep going.
But no, seriously, they were not interested. But point is, these were girls he had been pining over since middle school. And then he's just gonna be like, oh, what if we had a threesome with Kelly? And I'm like, Kelly?
Do that.
I'm like, what? The girl who you follow her private Instagram, her private Instagram.
Finsta.
Girl, two of her Finstas, like her Finsta backup, where she's just posting bikini photos. He'd be over here liking girls' photos. It would be a whole thing, and he'd be like, they're just my friend. And I'm like, no, they're just your friend because you want to smash, but they're not down. And then my dumb bum ass moved in with him 2 months later.
Well, also, that's a talking point. Something I've learned from you, Kiara. Not to drag you.
Stop!
But I always say, because people are like, oh, like, are you going to move in with your boyfriend, whatever? I'm like, no. But let me tell you why. Because you, through your experiences, I'm scarred. I'm like, there's no need for that. There's really not.
My experience traumatized you enough.
No, secondhand, I was like, seeing that, I was like, that needs to be genuinely endgame for me to even consider. Like, there's no need.
I love that I'm that person for you.
Yeah,
you were
like,
so welcome.
Yeah.
You were so...
Thank
Isn't
you.
that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We live and we learn.
We live... Hey, in my defense, honestly, if you put it on the flip side, moving in with your boyfriend quickens up how do I word
getting
that?
to, like, really know who they are.
Yes, because that happened with the 2 exes I lived with. We moved into together. That shit ended real quick after that because we weren't compatible like that. So honestly, even though it ripped me a new one, it was needed. In the future, though, I'm gonna wait a couple years to move in with my man. Because my hypothetical man. But no, because I need my own apartment. Me and my cats are fine. Yeah. Like, I've had horrible roommates. I'm not doing your laundry, sir. I'm not your mother.
No, and also, like, why would I do that when I'm just your girlfriend?
See, and that's where I messed up. I was on a girlfriend hourly pay, acting like I was a salaried wife.
Wow.
Yeah. Horrific. Never again. So, now that we live together, okay, January of 2023, this man, there's a lot, but long story short, like, if we got in a fight, Carson knows about this. I even have videos. I wonder if I can throw that into YouTube, like a little gift.
Karen?
Yeah, a little gift situation. No,
Bro,
he literally was a Karen. It makes no sense. We would be fighting. Let's say we're fighting, and I'm like, baby, let's just talk this out. Let's just talk it out. Da, 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 da. No, he wouldn't want to, because he would just use that. Like, he would use any little tiff, make it a big thing, so he could just leave and hang out with his friends.
Yeah.
Like, I knew what he was doing. He didn't truly care
just
about
trying to start some shit.
No, exactly. And I'd be like, baby, like, let's just talk. He would start filming me. So, camera in my face saying, she's holding me hostage. She's holding me hostage. A 6'2" man.
I can't with him because...
A 6'2" man. I'm 5'6".
That shit actually kills me that he did that.
He could have thrown me across the room if he wanted. And he's like, she's holding me hostage. She's holding me hostage.
I think of when you say that. Like, see you guys like a fly on the wall, right? Seeing you guys in your apartment and him doing that looks so funny.
He would...
Like, him just like...
No, he would be
yelling
at
at
me.
you.
I would be crying. And I'd be like, get the camera out of my face. He's
Yeah.
like, you gonna let me go? You gonna let me go, or you gonna keep holding me hostage?
Leave, my guy.
And I was like, you are actually, what do they call a male Karen? A Kevin? What the
I heard that, really.
Yes.
I never heard that, but that checks out.
Because what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And what's scary is, he was doing that when he was only 20 years old. I'm his first girlfriend. Yeah. Where did you learn this from?
I know, that was learned. That behavior was learned.
That part. So that's an example. There's the whole Tinder Chronicles.
Well, I was also bared witness to in a Sonic drive-through.
This man, insert screenshot here, literally have multiple pictures. I found Tinder downloaded on his phone back in November of 2023 when he wanted to bring up the 3 girls for a threesome, and he was like, I don't know how it got there. And I was like,
oh really?
Who downloaded Tinder on your phone? My favorite one is so he worked as a security guard, and down the street there was a Sonic drive-thru. I worked remotely at the time as an email marketing manager, so sometimes I would literally go hang out with him like at work. His job was a joke. He would just have to patrol a unit here and there, and then we'd hang out. I remember at the time my car was in the shop. That's what it was. So I borrowed his car just down the street. There's a Sonic down the street to hang out with Carson. We love Sonic.
We love Sonic.
We love Sonic.
They're mozzarella sticks. Bye. They're too good. Anyways.
I can't. And if you get it on the app, drinks are 50% off always. You're welcome. I'm putting you guys on. Download some fast food apps. Okay? Those big bags out there. Carson makes fun of me.
You have like every fast food app. Like, we'll decide to go somewhere on such a whim. You open the app immediately. I'm
Here's
just like,
the thing. If I'm already going to purchase something, let me get a point for it.
Yeah, no, it's very valid. I'm just too lazy to do that.
Right? But, so Sonic. Carson and I are down the street. We've only been gone maybe 15, 20 minutes. Mind you, he does not need his car to work. He's a walking security guard. And if and when they did have a patrol car, it was a work patrol car, and it had the name of the company on it, not his own personal car. We're vibing. We're doing our thing. I notice he left his phone in the car. But I don't even think to look, like I didn't look through it. You were there. You can vouch for it.
I was there.
I'm not gonna lie. I've looked through that phone many a time. But today was not the day I did this. Because I was like we were good. We were good at the time. That week or that day. Whatever it was. All of a sudden, my phone starts getting blown up on Instagram. But it's his friend. Let's call him Rocky. His friend was the owner of a smoke shop of the plaza he patrolled. And so it's BB DMing me from Rocky's account. I thought something horrible was happening the way that my phone was getting blown up. He's like, my phone is in the car. Like, I need it. Like, I need it now. Like, he's freaking out.
Yeah.
Freaking out. And we had each other's phone passwords. We had each other's faces on here. He'd never freaked out before when I had his phone. That's when I go and look through his phone.
We were like, he was freaking out. And we were like, why is he freaking out so bad right now?
Because he doesn't need his phone for work. Yeah. He was hanging out with Rocky. Like, they sit there and just, like, shoot the shit. Like,
yeah. Like, he was stressed.
So what do I find on his phone? Tinder and a plethora of messages. Mind you, the women look nothing like me. I am black. I am black and white. These were like petite Latinas, all Latinas. Big booty Latina, whatever. Not I at all. I was horrified, and that's why he was freaking out. He's DMing these girls. So mind you, I was like, just let me backtrack a little bit. When we were agreeing to have a threesome before, we had a couple's Tinder. So it had both of us on it. Mm-hmm. His Tinder was now just him.
Yeah.
It was only him. He fully deleted me. And we were together. We were dating. And he did that. He's DMing these girls. You look like my next ex-girlfriend.
Wow.
Joanna's my favorite name. Why is Joanna your favorite name? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, so that's a whole freaking thing. And he just played that off. I literally texted him. I said, I feel so much better about you lying to me 5 to 6 different times about messaging girls on Tinder and finding out that you messaged one the same day I got your initials on my nails. Thanks. I remember this.
Not the initials on the nails.
No, he had been asking me to get his initials on my nails since we started dating. I finally did it. And when he was at work that day, he was DMing girls on Tinder again. Like, after the Sonic thing.
Ew. Realize? Wait.
Yes.
After the Sonic
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
That's wild.
Because remember, what did he try to use an excuse as? Because he was like, oh, so I can't message girls on Tinder, but you and Carson can, like, go out and drink? What was it?
Here, remember? I remember what he was referring to. We hung out. You guys were on a break. I said,
oh yeah, no, we were, and that's
bitch,
what's funny.
let's whip out the Tinder.
And that's why it's funny. He had downloaded Tinder again.
Yeah.
And anytime we broke up, he would download Tinder, sit there, swipe in my face.
Which is crazy.
But then if I did it, I was a hoe.
No, because we were like fun and gigs, like, haha, not taking it seriously, literally just passing the time. And then he made such a thing out of it. He's like, you're using Carson to cheat on me. I'm like,
and we weren't. Oh, that's what it was. He kept trying to say that I was cheating, and I was like, but we weren't together. You are on Tinder too. Why isn't it cheating for you? Because I'm a woman.
Yeah, whenever we did that, you guys were like actually not together, and I think we only did that once or twice.
It was once. Oh, and how
we literally was typing like,
phone.
everyone here's gross. We didn't even do anything.
No, that's what was funny. Nothing happened.
Yeah,
like,
nothing
happened. One guy
DM'd
me, or not DM'd me, messaged me on Tinder. We responded once, and then that was
nothing happened. We literally didn't do anything. And then we would, like, go get food or something.
Versus he's messaging these girls, you look like my next ex-girlfriend. Crazy. Joanna's my favorite name. This guy said, like, hey, beautiful. And I was like, hi, handsome. Like, help.
Yeah.
And we were broken up. He would do this crap when we were together and then try to be like, we were broken up. And I'm like, what?
In your face is wild.
In my face. And they would be Latina. Spoiler alert. He loves Latinas. I am not his type. Oh my gosh, not his type. So that's the Tinder Chronicles. Other psycho moments. Screenshot. He literally let my cat out. Diamond has been missing.
Rest in peace, Diamond.
Literally no confirmation she's dead. I know she is, unfortunately. R.I.P. my baby. I already got my tears out about this. I saved her on her euthanasia date because nobody else wanted her. The pickup time was supposed to be 4 p.m. I thought it was 5 p.m. But I got lucky and showed up like 3 minutes before 4 p.m. because they were going to euthanize her. I only had her for like, I think 7 months. Yeah. And then he let her out of the apartment we had. I put up lost posters everywhere. It was a whole thing. It was his fault she got out because he left the sliding glass door open.
No, but really think about that. I told my parents about that. And I was like, really? Let that sink in. Your boyfriend released your pet. That's crazy.
And let's put wild. This out there. I am the biggest animal lover. Like, so I have 3 cats. I'm a certified cat lady. I don't care. I used to have 5 or 6. I don't care. I rescue I'm the girl. If I see a chihuahua running on the street, I see a cat running on the street, I am pulling over and capturing it. That's the white woman in me. Like, yeah, thank you, Mom.
That couldn't be me.
No, I have Sephora. She's my 10-year-old cat. Wanted her my whole life, but my dad was allergic. I finally got her Christmas of like 2015 or 2014. After that, I rescued a pregnant mom cat. She gave birth to 3 kittens. Gave away one of the kittens, gave away the mom. Diamond was just released into the wild. I know she got murked by a damn coyote or like hit by a car. I just hope it was fast.
Dude, that shit was sad.
No, I was not okay. No, I love my cat. My cats are my children. They are literally how can you hurt someone more than that? Like, you know how people are with their pets.
And would really look at you in the face and be like, it was an accident.
And we're not feeling bad at all.
Me
sometimes just to be an ass. He'd be like, well, you did this. And I'm like, but you left the door open when I specifically told you to close it because the cat's like going outside. She hopped up on the fence. And then when I tried to get her off, it freaked her out and she ran. Mm-hmm. So he tried to say it was my fault. But you left the door open. She would have never been outside in the first place.
Yeah.
Sick. And she was elderly, my baby. She's 12.
Yeah, he's sick.
He is sick. BB is sick in the goddamn head. And then, he threatened to let out more, too. Literally, I had to leave a shift at Buffalo Wild Wings. I swear, I get a notification from my Blink. He is climbing through the window of our shared apartment because he broke off all the locks to all the windows in the apartment because I'd lock them because I'd want to know when he'd come in because he was purposely letting my cats out.
Yeah.
I see him climbing in through the window. I show my bosses. I have to go. Like, he's going to let out my cat. He literally texts me, Kiara, your cat is here, ...
He's scary.
I heard him on camera saying he was going to let Sephora out. I worked 2 jobs and I'd have to regularly check my phone in my Blink motion like detection to know if he was gonna pop up and do some crazy shit. On top of that, anytime he showed up, he'd start unplugging the camera. I'd get a notification the camera was getting unplugged, and he was a pathological liar. He would look me in the eye. I didn't unplug it. Who did? There's two of us here. I'm out. Like, are you?
And it's just like,
hello?
Why are we lying? Why are we lying to say you did it?
Because he knew it was driving me crazy. Because I'd start, like, tweaking. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't unplug it? I watched you arrive, and then the cameras went off right after.
Yeah.
Hello? And then so, on top of all these other issues we had, another reoccurring issue throughout our relationship, besides the retroactive jealousy, my favorite one is his porn addiction.
It is the best.
Oh, man. No, it is an addiction.
It
no,
is just the best part of his personality.
Yeah, I love bitch boy.
His severe porn addiction.
But he wanted to say I was controlling. That's what's so funny. Yeah. So when we first got together, TMI, but yeah, my sex drive was higher because I think I wasn't on birth control because I was just single. That's what it was. Like, because I wasn't doing anything. I went back on birth control because we became a thing. So I'm like, whatever. Just like be safe. It definitely affected my sex drive. So that kind of caused issues in our relationship because when we first got together, we were more active. And as soon as I started birth control, girl, you feel like you're pregnant. Like you're getting all the, like, I was like, I don't want to be touched. Like I'm bloated.
Fair. Sorry. Now I'm pumping myself full of hormones. Like, give me a second.
No, exactly. I told him like, you need to like give me a second, but he took it really hard. In hindsight, like I do get it, but he needed to be more understanding of like.
I feel bad when guys get butthurt about that shit. Sorry.
It's like, what do you want me to do about it? I'm like throwing up every morning and all this crazy shit.
Like, can we just take a moment and stop being selfish and think about the fact that, like, it's my body, relax. You have a hand.
And I'm like, you could have birth control, but no, I'm the one taking it. I'm taking one for the team, bro.
It's always the guys like, I want to have sex all the time and, like, not use a condom, but, like, it pisses me off that you didn't want to have sex this morning. Stop. Like, actually, stop. Like, you're acting crazy. Take a time and really just listen to what you just said to me. Because I don't give a shit about what you have to say about it. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Like, I'm sorry.
Snaps.
That shit really makes me mad. It makes me mad. Because men feel always got to be entitled about something.
Like, he expected me to just be like, okay, bent over 24/7. No! What are we doing? Yeah. I have a life, sir. I'm hungry right now. You're horny. I'm hungry. I'm thinking about pasta. Yeah. I'm
not clocked in. Yeah. Relax.
I'm hourly. I am not salaried. Please. No. Like, what are we doing? So, with that, at the beginning of our relationship, I can't remember how far into the relationship we agreed, just a few months in, it was early on, we agreed that neither of us would watch porn. That's just us, because again, I was very insecure in that era too. I was just like, if we're having sex regularly, why do you need to watch porn? For me, because I was like, we were hanging out 24/7. Right. So there literally was no need at the time. But then when my sex drive dropped a little, but he just needed to give me like a couple weeks, bro. He goes behind my back, starts watching porn. How do I find out? Literally, he left it open on his phone. I didn't even snoop. Like, it was not my intention again. Mm-hmm. He didn't even try to hide it. I bring it up, and he starts telling me, like, I'm controlling. There's nothing wrong with him watching porn. Like, it's normal. I'm like, that's not the point. But that's not the point.
It's the hiding it that gets us.
We agreed we weren't watching porn. You're mad that I found out you broke said promise? Why'd you agree to it? And you were like down. Like, why didn't we have a conversation? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So that was the whole thing. But then it gets worse. I literally have a video scrolling through because I just typed in porn because Pornhub was majority what he'd watch, and Chatterbait. If you don't know what that is, it's live cam girls. God be with me. Scrolling through months worth of porn history just for this man to tell me to my face and over text. I've only watched porn 3 times in the last few months. Whoa. It was literally like 100. I swear. What are we doing? And to make things worse, At the time I was an overweight black girl, damn near obese, like actually. He's only watching petite Latinas. Not even a single video with a black girl. Not one. Wow. Maybe a white girl here and there, but all big booty Latina. And here's my thing. I'm like, he was seeking out a specific type of woman. He's not looking up a scenario. He wasn't looking up like anything else. It was always Latina. So that is your type, bro. Right. I'm not your type. I'm not your type.
And that's okay, but say that.
Like, stop gaslighting me when my women's intuition is never wrong. My gut feeling is never wrong. And he kept trying to sway that. So then throughout the relationship, I never knew when to trust my instincts and my gut anymore. Because he was so, like, manipulative and would try to twist it. And Chatterbait was a whole other thing. There was a specific cam girl. He was, like, clocking into her videos. Because they're live. So he knew what her schedule was. So, from Colombia... fucking Bogota.
His alert on his phone popped up. Ooh, gotta tune in.
Literally, like, she's like Sexy Red 88 or some crap.
Shout out.
Dude, I would be like, how are you gonna look me in my eye and say that I'm your type when I'm Humpty Dumpty up in this bitch pushing 250? This girl is a string bean. You go, piece of paper. She's gone.
And good for her.
Yeah, amazing for her.
And good for her.
But could not be me. Yeah. Could not be me. Ah!
Yeah. No, that shit would hurt my feelings too.
Humiliating.
Like looking at a specific person. It's like, so we really have to pick a singular person? That's crazy.
And on Instagram too, he'd be following all these provocative singers. So like, I get if you like a singer, you like their music. But why do you need to follow their Instagram if every one of their posts, like Ice Spice? Why do you need to be following Ice Spice?
You don't need to be.
It's straight coochie and crack. Like, okay, and he tried to be like, well, I need to know when their music's dropping. And I'm like, you can know that they're
Spotify.
Like, why do you need the Instagram where the bitch is naked?
That's hilarious.
Same with Mariah the Scientist. Triggers me. Beautiful woman, please don't get me wrong, but I was so jealous. She's that petite,
right?
What he was looking for. My body type didn't match any of the girls. They were all petite Latinas. He would be liking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to put this girl's TikTok little screen grab in there too. He'd be liking like thirst trap booty videos on Instagram too, where the girl, she's standing face on, then she turns around, has the fattest donk you've ever seen in your life. I sobbed. I was like, it's so fat. Like, it's so fat. My man likes a fat ass. And my genetics, naturally, pancake. Like, if you're wearing jeans, like, it's flapping in the wind. Wow,
it's catching a breeze.
Yes. So for me, this was humiliating. Yeah. Humiliating. And so with all that background, we lead into part 2. And it's the time we were in a car chase.
Let's get into it. We were in a car chase with BB, just to really bring it full circle.
And mind you, he's my boyfriend.
He's your boyfriend at the time. Together. I am a mere bystander trying to do the right thing. So, this was last summer. I was in summer school. I'm in grad school now. That's why it was the worst summer of my life. But anyways, it was my first big test of the semester. I think it was human bio. But I took it. And I was like, oh, finish it. Got a good grade, whatever. I get a call. It's Miss Ma'am over here. And she calls me. I was like, hello? Like, what's up? She's on the sidewalk. She's like, hey, like, I don't remember if you were crying or not.
I definitely was.
But you were like, sorry, like, Garza, like, BB kicked me out of his car. Like, I'm walking home. I was like, what?
And that background, BB drove me to a animal shelter. The only time he tried to help me find my cat. He never helped me put up posters or anything.
Yes. This was missing cat.
Yes. And so, like, I'm in mourning. So this man should be kissing my feet. You're the reason why I'm in mourning. We got in a fight. I can't even remember what it was now. He really left me.
He really did, which is
on
crazy.
The side of the road, on the sidewalk, outside of the, like, OC animal shelter or some shit. I'm just walking because I like didn't have my, I think, was this during unemployment? I can't remember because at one time there was like a 2-month period where it didn't have a job. So it was like I couldn't get an Uber. I was like 15, 20 minutes away from the house. I just didn't know what to do, but I called you just to like
to tell me what was going on, and I was like, oh my god, like
really comes back, whips back around the block like 10 minutes later, is screaming at me.
I hear it. I bear witness. I'm on speakerphone.
Screaming at me to get back in the car. And I was like, I'm not getting in the car with you. You're scaring me. So I really sat there in front of like the police academy, like crying on the phone with Carson for hours until BB eventually decided to come back and pick me up, but he made a big deal out of it. And he made me apologize and be like say, I'm sorry for being stupid and I want you to pick me up. Like he said, say it or I'm not picking you up.
Oh, I remember that.
Like he made me say it to like
be very for real. That's disgusting.
Me. Yeah, it sucks.
No.
But so that was a thing, okay?
Right, that was a thing. And I was like, you know what, bitch? Like, let me go pick you up. Like, let's get ice cream, I said. Let's get ice cream. I had a gift card. Baskin Robbins. I was like, let's get ice cream. Let me come and pick you up. Whatever.
You did have a gift card.
I pull up. It was never swiped that day. Anyways, I pull up to her apartment building. They live together, remember. And I'm outside of the gate, posted up outside of the gate, waiting.
Like 45 minutes.
Waiting. 45 minutes pass. I call her crying.
I'm a crybaby.
We don't have to get into the whole love note lore, but
no, but long story short, meanwhile, Carson's waiting for me to open the damn gate. Him and I are getting into it, fighting. I would always pack him lunches with notes on the napkins. When we got in the fight, because he would save them. I like threw them or some shit, and it was so windy outside. I had no idea how windy it was. So now I'm freaking out, crying because all the love notes I've ever written him are blowing away. Like I was dying.
It was a wreck.
It was World War III, bitch. And Carson's just waiting.
I was waiting, listening to music. I'm like, where is she? Like, so. Anyways, I end up sneaking my way through the gate, like following somebody. I know where she's parked, like where her parking space is. So I park.
2 spaces
like
over.
2 spaces over.
And did I not know, or did I know you were there?
I think you saw me out of the corner.
Oh yeah, I saw. So I clocked her at some point.
Yes. To my right was BB's car with Kiara and BB inside.
Exactly.
Arguing. And then I just kind of got into stealth mode. My nosy mode.
She's so nosy.
Because BB didn't see me. And he didn't know what my car looked like.
Also, mind you, BB does not like Carson. He's never liked Carson because she's a good friend to me. Yeah. Like, he literally doesn't like her.
So he really had it out for me. Me too, whatever. So I was, like, slouched in the seat, like, trying to look.
And she can't hear anything. So, though. Oh, could you really? Through the car a little bit?
I could hear things.
Holy shit.
It was loud. No, I could hear things. But I was just chilling. I was like, I'll wait, whatever.
So while she's waiting in the car,
yes,
him and I are going at it because he would break up with me over any inconvenience, and then on my life would pull out his phone, re-download Tinder, start swiping right in front of me. Hello? Yeah. This was a regular thing.
Which is an act that takes minutes. Like downloading the app, waiting for it,
logging back in, waiting for the confirmation code.
I'm like, wow, okay.
But also remember, so that means he had never deleted his Tinder profile.
Right.
That shit was ready to go 24/7.
Never.
Stayed strapped. Like this dude. So him and I are getting into it. He breaks up with me. He starts swiping on Tinder. I'm just like, I can't believe this shit is happening again. So again, back to the retroactive jealousy, our whole relationship. He thinks he's Andrew Tate 2.0. You're low value, I'm a high value. Like, you're a hoe, I'm a saint, whatever. Crazy ass stuff. And then this is what sent me over the edge. Verbatim. And he starts counting off his fingers with each thing he's listing. He goes, I bet you Japanese guy, a Korean guy, a white guy, a black guy, a Mexican guy, a Salvadorian guy, like every freaking race. He just kept going. And I was like, I've been enduring you calling me a whore for almost 2 years now.
Far too long.
I was done. I got out of the car. I slam his door with all my might because I knew it was going to piss him off because it's his car. Yeah. I know Carson's parked 2 spots over at this point.
Cut to me. I'm in the car like, oh, some shit just happened. Continue.
So I run over to her car and I remember telling her, like, just go. Yep. Like, just get out of here. Yeah, I just like, go.
Slammed the door. You were like, ooh. You were like, ooh, like that was so hard. And then you like speed walked to my car, like go. Like, it was so
he was
funny.
In the getaway car. It was literally.
You were like, go. I was like, oh shit, like pulling up into my SUV.
So
like,
this is making me laugh because I know BB was like, what the fuck?
That? No, I was like, who is
what
that?
Car did she just escape in? I think at first he might have thought you were a dude.
I think he did.
Yeah,
which is why. So anyway, I whip out my own shit. I didn't have to put Baskin Robbins in maps or anything. I was like, so I like go through like the apartment community, whatever. Leave, get on the main street. Who's behind me? Whipping.
BB.
But BB.
With a phone in his hand. No.
In my rear view,
before we even got out of the apartment complex, Carson goes, is he following us?
No.
And I go, no, there's no way.
There was a way.
There's a way.
And he sure was. He was really following me. No, I see him on my rear view, dude. Main Street. Inner city, bitch. I see him on my rear view, screaming into his phone on speaker, driving, like, looking insane. I was like, oh, because I was obviously frazzled as hell.
And imagine
so I was like, oh shit,
the man I live with, and I've never even seen him like this.
Like, it freaked me out. I was like,
because he was scared. I had never seen him like this before.
I was driving for maybe 30 seconds.
I
was like, I'm not doing this.
She goes out loud. She goes, I'm not doing this.
I'm not doing this. I'm not about to be playing Mr. like Grand Theft Auto.
I know.
In the middle
You're like, I didn't know GTA 6 fucking dropped.
In the middle of Fountain Valley. Like, I was simply just trying to get ice cream.
Like, and we didn't even get it.
That's why I came over. I was like, oh, bitch is having a hard day. Like, let's go get Baskin Robbins. Like, that's really what I thought.
She's having a hard day. It's about to get way
harder. So he's following me. I was like, okay, where can I go into? I'm like, this or screw this, whatever. I pull in to a golf course.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, spacious. I park kind of toward the back of the golf course because I really wasn't trying to make a scene. I was like, maybe I'll just pull off.
I see what happens.
He'll give it a rest. He'll go home.
No, ma'am.
I was parked in a spot. There's like a hedge here. I was parked here. Man's really pulled up behind me.
So imagine like a T, an upside down T.
He T-boned me.
Yeah,
obviously he didn't me. I was parked and then he T-boned behind me.
So we couldn't. There was no way for us to reverse and leave.
So he really blocked my car in. I was like, oh wow.
The way I wish I had the video of the next part. Because I saw it, but I don't have it.
Maybe we could find it.
I think I might have it somewhere.
But, so, the video we're referring to. I was chilling in the car. I was like, this guy is wiling for this. This is crazy.
And mind you, I'm just sitting there like, what the hell? I don't know what to do. I'm shook.
You're shook.
I'm just quiet. I don't even know what to do.
This is out of character.
Yeah.
But was it?
I'm so silly. Silly goose.
Meanwhile, he gets off the phone. And now he's back in Karen mode. He said...
Yeah.
In my car.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was like, first of all, what are we filming? I was like,
we're girls. We're just sitting in the car.
I'm just a girl sitting in my car, and you're the one blocking me in. I was thinking, this is evidence. Like,
Carson,
what is this?
This shit is so funny. Carson gets out of her car, goes over to BB's car. So he's sitting in his driver's seat, filming. Like, and say what you did.
I walked up. Because I was like, what is this dude gonna do? He was filming me like this. I was really thinking, I was in the car. I was like, this guy is gonna do nothing to me. I was like, what is he gonna do? I get out of my car. I walk up to his car window, camera really in my face. I said, get my good side.
Yes, she starts posing.
What are you doing? I was like, what? I was like, what's happening? I was like, what are we taking a video of? Because I'm just a person driving with a license. Check my car. I got nothing in there. I pulled over because you were the one chasing me. What are we taking a video of? So I said, like, you don't scare me. Hello? I did that. Got a little show. You're welcome. He was trying so hard not to laugh.
That was the funniest part. I know he thought that was... He wanted to laugh so bad. He wanted to laugh so bad after calling mommy on you.
Like, the person... We were brainstorming that he was calling the cops on us. No, he was calling his mother. So anyway, he kept saying, I'm going to call the cops on you guys. I'm going to call the cops on you. I said, please do. Please do. So I got back in the car. I was like, Kara, I'm going to call the cops.
And I was so shook.
I'm going to play a new reverse. Ring, ring. Hi, police officer. My friend and I are trapped in a golf course. Her ex-boyfriend just blocked us in and we feel really unsafe. 2 minutes later, cops pull up.
Whipping.
I said, I'm a girl in danger. Help.
Whipping. Like, I can't emphasize this in 2 minutes flat.
And BB was shook. I said, did you not think I would call the cops?
Because this is the gag. He thought... So when he called mommy called the cops. He thought the cops were there on behalf of mommy's call. No, they were here for Carson and Kiara. Literally. So when they pull up, they go straight to him. Yeah. He's shook as hell.
They go to him. He gets out of the car. They really put his arms behind his back. I said, oh, got him.
He gets cuffed. Yeah. I remember being like, oh my God. I was like freaking out. I still live with this man. I'm like, what is happening? This dingbat. Carson, what did they find in his front seat that he tried to blame me for?
Keep in mind, I think this is also when Mans is pre-21 years old.
He was.
So let's just keep that in mind.
He wasn't 21 yet.
He was starting to call the cops on me. Please check my car. What do I have?
Your car was empty.
A Cheetos wrapper.
Yeah, it was empty.
Something like that. No, he literally, they look in his car, pull out a fat bottle of Henny. Unsealed, of course.
So he was drinking and driving. He was
drinking,
he said it was my fault he was drinking and driving because I stressed him out.
And they found a bong and weed in his car.
It was a mini bong in the cup holder right there.
Don't be saying you're going to call the cops when you don't want the cops called.
Like, boy.
It was crazy.
This is what's crazy, though. They didn't even give him a DUI, didn't arrest him.
Unjust.
He needed that on his record.
The community was not served that day.
Not in Fountain Valley, absolutely not.
It was not.
The Fountain Valley community was let go that day.
It was. And that man, the police officer...
This
really told you how it was,
which was so humbling for a male police officer in his, 40s. You know, he's married, he has kids. I told him how BB went, I know you effed a black guy, Korean guy, blah, 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 blah. He heard that, the look on that man's face, he was like, oh, absolutely not. He verbatim says he needs to kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Let him kick rocks in prison. Let him go in jail overnight.
He was looking at us like these dumb bitches.
No, and then
he was hearing us like
when girls. I told him that I lived with him, he was like, oh.
Yeah.
He said, good luck with that.
Oh, and also part of the story I left out. I do have a boyfriend. We'll call him JJ because we don't say real names on this platform. But while I parked in the golf course when BB blocked me in, I also texted JJ. I could probably find these texts too, which I should. SOS, I'm serious. You need to come now. I've never sent an SOS text at the time. And our locations are shared because we're a couple in the Gen Z generation. So
following every footstep.
He at the time was he lived 30 minutes away.
He's in Orange. We were in Fountain Valley at said time.
He pulled up in 12 minutes. And I literally told the cops.
Zipping and zooming.
I was like, if a man comes through here looking crazy, don't mind him.
Yeah, that's my man.
That's my man. Don't shoot him. I was like, don't mind him. No, but... And also what was funny, like, after the whole thing went down, like, JJ didn't pull up until right after everyone was leaving. He's like,
I know, that was such a shame, because I was like, what would have happened had BB and JJ been there at the same time? Because BB has his masculinity issues. He feels like he needs to act like top dog, and he's all insecure. I know JJ and him would have gone into it somehow. And mind you,
it would have been funny.
Height-wise, JJ, I hate you, Carson. How tall is JJ?
He's 6'5".
Yeah, go to hell. Go to hell. Mind you, my man at the time 6'2", but I don't think he was really 6'2". I think he was 6'1", but he literally would fight with me. He was genuinely upset with me once because I said his height was 6'1", and he was like, it's 6'2". How could you not know my height? Like, he was so upset.
I would just look at him like,
you're 6'1". You're 6'1".
Yeah, moving on.
Get over the inch. Yeah. Because Carson likes her men 7'5" and up. So what are you gonna do?
Nothing. That's what I prefer.
She likes men who have what is it? The pituitary gland? It's those fools. They'll have a tumor or some shit pushing into their pituitary gland, which is why they won't stop growing. So it's
I want your blood to barely circulate to your heart.
She said NBA babies at any cost. No, if there's a will, there's a way.
But anyway, point being, so JJ was also involved. He was a little too late, but like, we love him anyways. He pulled up. The cops ended up talking to us. Kiara, you fully exposed the whole story. I was like, you're giving him the good tea. He thought about that after. I was like, damn. No, you gave the cop the good tea. They escorted BB, and basically he was scot-free.
Went to his mom's place for the night.
Went to his mom's place. They had to separate.
Yeah, for the night or two. It was, a night or two. And
then, after that, we didn't get ice cream. I was upset. We went back to your house. We talked it out, giggled, and I went home. So.
And then I went back to him 2 days later, like a dumb bum bitch.
Right.
What are you gonna do?
And then the saga continued. But that was our car chase story. I felt so involved.
I don't think we ever got ice cream. Like, even, like, we never tried after, like, day after. Like, we never followed up.
Never.
No. And then I stayed with him for a few more months.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I gotta learn the hard way sometimes. I don't know what to say.
I mean, that's the only way to learn, really. Learn the hard way. Now we have a funny story, so whatever.
That's what I say. Content, it's content. My suffering's content. It's funny now.
Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, guys. So, I guess that's the end of our first episode. I hope you guys enjoyed BB. I know we did. And
always.
If you watch this, stay strong, get help. Okay.
No, thanks for tuning in. Check out our socials. Watch us on YouTube for all the screenshots for this one particularly.
Yeah. And our @ is just Thought Shit Podcast. So
on everything.
Check us out. Okay. Bye.
Bye.